Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Tarot Talks. Got a bunch of notes here, and I kind of didn't reread them, but kind of did a little bit, so we're just gonna wing it. So we're gonna get right into it. This is Judgment 20. All right, so what happens when you're reborn? Okay, you're gonna go through a process of where you look over what you have been through, and it's kind of like a rest and review, right? So the exoteric book meanings of this are going to be receiving judgment from your peers. You may have legal issues where you're going to be judged. Okay. You also may have arrived at a goal and you're kind of just sitting back and looking over everything and kind of giving yourself basically a review like, wow, I can't believe I'm here. There's a feeling of rest with this card, like a period of stop. Also, because it is a card of completion, and 20 is a number also of completion. Anytime you hit a zero, that's going to be the end of a cycle. And also the ends and beginnings are the same thing. Okay. You also may be up for a review at work. And this also may be a suggestion just to look at your own actions and your own life and your own behaviors. Okay, so the esoteric meaning is it's about when your spirit's been perfected, and this is where we receive all of the knowledge of the cosmos, where we're back with our creator. And if this is not our creator, this is the angel of the lovers card, the temperance card, and here in the judgment card. And this angel has guided us through our journey. So this is like the godlike figure that's ascribed to the humans to watch over us and to guide us through our hard times in life. Um, this is also a card, it's like through the darker period of life, it's just letting you know that things are coming to an end and things are going to brighten up. So there is like a dark essence to this. Like you may be in a darker period of your life, but you may have to review things and rethink things just to change the outcome of how everything's going to get yourself out of the dark. This is also where the creator gives us knowledge. Okay, so what about when the creator gave us fire? There is that mythology of gaining knowledge from the fire, and we basically were pushed into a higher form of consciousness when we received fire. But we can also look at the allegory in that and look at how fire represents creation. Okay, so when we were given the knowledge of fire, we were guided through the procreation process, like in Lovers 6. So they say, like in the Bible, that sex was only allowed when it was guided by God, when God allowed it. So it was to show you how to create from your physical body. And that's in the outer world, like materially and physically. But it's also when this works esoteric and esoterically, because when we were given fire, we were given the ability to create. What did we create? First, we created warmth, we created light in the dark time. Okay, so there it is again, the light in the dark time. We also were able to forge steel, and we were also able to create things that we weren't without the fire provided. We also had a longer period where we were able to create because we had light, so we can continue working through the night because we have, like, if you're whittling wood, basically, you can't really do it in the dark at night. So excuse my cat. So you're able to continue your work by the fire. We're also able to create meals and create food and cook meat, things like that. You can tan leather with heat and fire. So there's just a lot of things that we were able to create from ourselves now that we have the knowledge of creation. So it's not just about procreating, it's about actually creating things within the world, just being creative and being artistic and being able to create things you weren't able to create before. So let's look a little bit at the imagery here. The first thing, we're going to talk about flags. So you see flags in the Sun card and in this card here in the Major Arcana. So this card and the Sun card are actually linked because they're both synonymous with the rebirth. And so the sun is like the childlike essence of being reborn, and this is actually when you go over to the other side. So they're kind of linked because it's one and the same. You have to go to the other side to be reborn, and you have to be born to die. So it's all kind of linked. It's these cards are linked just like the cards in the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Justice card. So the Sun, Judgment, and Saturn, the world, they're all linked the same way. It's a passage. So they're all periods through this passage, but they're all linked. It's all one passage, basically. Okay, so we're being alerted to that. It's like, hey, this is a big deal when there's a flag. Like they're showing you that something's going on. So that's important too, like looking into your cards with flags. So because flags are always letting you know that something big is happening. They're supposed to catch your eye, basically. Also, when you look at this card, you see the cross. It's like the huge thing in the middle. Not to be confused with the Christian cross. This is the cross of the Grail. It's also called the cross of truth. It's very Templar to me. So it's funny to me that it's also called the cross of the Grail. It's also called the equal armed cross. And it's very synonymous with balance. Okay. So, but we also have male and feminine in there because the masculine's always denoted by the straight line, the piercing line, the phallic force of creation. And then we have the passive, which is the horizontal line, and it's laying down, it's laying back, and it's being penetrated by the phallic line. We have that. We also have the earth, air, fire, water. We have the essence of the four guardians, which would be the lion, the man, the bull, and the eagle. You're going to see that in the Wheel of Fortune, and you're also going to see that in the World card, the next card. I found a glitch in the Matrix with this, actually, though. Which is something that we should all question. Okay, so you're always going to see in the Guardians of the Galaxy, like the Guardians of our Earth, the four fixed stars are going to be Aldebaran, Regulus, Antares, and Fomalhaut. Okay, now all of these match up with the constellations where Aldebaran's in Taurus, Regulus is in Leo, Antares is in Scorpio, and then Fomalhaut is not in Aquarius, but it's in Pisces. So we should have these four fixed stars are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, if you didn't know that. But I find it really funny and weird that this fourth star, Fomalhaut, is in Pisces. Also, if you're confused that the eagle is related to Scorpio, back in the day, Scorpio was pictured by an eagle as well. I don't know why, but that's why it's the lion, the man, the bull, and the eagle, and not the lion, the man, the bull, and the scorpion. Okay, but back to this Fomalhaut star being settled in Pisces, I just think it's really weird. I don't know. I don't know who to ask the question to, who would know the answer. Eventually, hopefully, I'll get it for you, but it's just really something to think about. It's like a little glitch in the Matrix. But it's also weird that Pisces and Aquarius are right next to each other in the zodiac. So it looks like it could be denoting of the changing of the ages where we go from Pisces to Aquarius, but I don't know why that would be, because we would already be in Aquarius if we're moving, because that's where the age moved to. It moved from Pisces to Aquarius instead of Aquarius to Pisces. So I don't know. It's just really weird. But that's the little glitch that I found. Nobody's talking about it. Why? I don't know. I'm very curious now. There's a couple people who I consider mentors. I'm not in contact with them, but they're like my YouTube teachers, people that I've studied. Maybe I'll reach out to them and ask them if they know. Because this is really like burning my ass now. I really want to know the answer to this question. If any of you know, it would be great to comment. We're great to start a conversation about it, at least. Let's see what else we have here. We have the angel. Okay, and this angel has been with us through the journey, like I said, through the fool's journey. And finally, the trumpet is just sounding. So it's revealing something to us. It's letting us know where we came from, who we are, what we are, where we're going. It's just all of the answers to everything we ever asked for. We're back with our Creator. We're back with our God. I don't think that this is our God. I think it's, in essence, when we say that Jesus is Lord. When you have a Lord of a land, it's not the owner of the land, it's the person who was granted guardianship. Okay, so this is like our Lord. All right, and then we have a God creator, like an ultimate creator. So this is like our guardian that has been guiding us through the whole experience. He has all the answers, but a lot of times he sits back and kind of lets us figure it out for ourselves. But I call him he, but it's really an androgynous guardian. It's not a he or a she. It's very androgynous, and you'll read about that if you Google it. They never really say that that's a man or a woman. It's always supposed to represent androgyny, so or be a hermaphrodite almost. So we have the ultimate balance, but we also have the essence of everything being there for you in one symbol. So you're getting all the information of everything that ever is and ever was in one shot. In this card, we're being enlightened to truth. This has also been called the cross of truth as well. So when you receive this knowledge, when you wear this cross, when you wear this symbol, you're supposed to be able to see clearer, which is crazy because they say hindsight is 20/20, which is the number of this card, and you're looking back in this card. It's really weird if you start to put things together, things will start to pop up and you're like, oh shit. So like this is like one of them. So hindsight is 20/20, and you're resting and reviewing and you're looking back and you're gaining that insight and knowledge from looking back on your experiences. So when we review situations in our life and our actions or anything, we're able to see clearer, and maybe this is why we get that hindsight is 20/20 perfect vision. So 20/20 is perfect vision. So we get awareness and strength also with the number 20. So that awareness is that perfect vision. That's that not seeing with the eyes, but seeing with your being. So this card is ruled by Pluto. This relates to the 8th house of the zodiac, which is the house of Scorpio, which again, death, birth, creation. Ultimately, Pluto is the bearer of truth. So this card, and in its symbology and its planetary rulership, is heavily based in learning the truth. So if you're getting this as like, hey, it's time to really like review your actions, you need to learn the truth about yourself. You need to be enlightened about yourself so that you can become a better person and basically create better relationships and have less drama in your life. So this is like the conclusion of the Fool's Journey. This is the end. This is all of the answers to the spiritual mysteries. He knows where he comes from, how everything is made. And notice that the people are gray here. So gray is the merging of the black and the white and the male and female essences. Also, it's the Trinity, the male, the woman, and the child. But there's also another man, woman, and the child on the other side mirroring them. So that is also imagery of taking a look at yourself, looking in the mirror. It's a mirror image if you look at it, actually. So that's kind of crazy as well. So numerology 20, awareness, sensitivity, strength. And since the 2 relates back to the high priestess, these are all of her attributes, actually: awareness, sensitivity, and strength. Because she's related to Cancer and the moon, she's extremely sensitive. And when not only emotionally sensitive, but she has sensitivity to everything. She has that perfect awareness because she's sensitive to everything. And also the high priestess is seated in Beyond the Veil, just like you're seeing here. This is a Beyond the Veil card. And in the high priestess card, we have the pomegranates, which relate to the mythology of Persephone and her mother Demeter, or Demeter, however you want to say it, the goddess of the wheat. How the Hades, the god of the underworld, came up and basically stole Persephone and took her to the underworld, and she refused to eat because she knew if she had anything in that world, it would ground her to that world. But she did eat 6 pomegranate seeds, which kept her in the underworld 6 months of the year, and then kept her in the regular world with her mother for the other half of the year. And that's how basically the seasons came about, because when Persephone went away, Demeter grew cold, her emotions took over her, and winter and death came upon the land. But when Persephone arrived back in the spring, everything bloomed again, and there was happiness, joy, and light. Let's see. 2 is also a feminine number. It's accompanied by 0. And this is like a double feminine aspect. So since we're reaching the end where we're reaching knowledge, I get that essence again, that God is more seen as more female, but she is a hermaphrodite, in which she has the male essence and the availability to create from the male force. She has that phallic force within her, so she can create everything within herself. So the first thing she creates is the God, is the masculine, which is why we have the virgin birth. Okay, again, there's no other physical male there to help her create, so she creates because she has the male essence inside of her, and she shoots it out, and then she creates the male. So we have that too. Let's see. Again, like, I just kind of think from studying this and just reading that God is mostly female, or like the highest God creator is mostly female and not a person. It's just the essence. It's the black hole from which universes and galaxies are created. I mean, it's right there for you in the macrocosm. You can't really deny it. So let's see. So also the mythology of this card is the story of our life flashing before our eyes. I don't believe that when you just die as a person that your life flashes before your eyes. I think you're just taken to the light and zoomed into a tunnel through another portal into another life. But I think when you've completed your human experience, that you're going to get that review where you meet St. Peter, quote unquote, at the holy gates, and then he reviews your whole experience and decides if you can come into heaven or not. So we have that essence of the mythology with this card again, but I really think it's at the completion of the human experience, like we have with the Sun card, like we have here, not just the actual death of the human body. It's after we've been reincarnated many, 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 many times through this cycle that we receive the review and then the knowledge, so we can then go on into our next form, which you're going to see in the world card, which is your next incarnation, or your highest incarnation of spiritual form, and then maybe you go into another one where you lose that knowledge again. Who knows? But I think the tarot is it stops at the end of our experience, because that's all we can understand and that's all we can know. We don't know what's beyond life as a human. Like, once we've perfected that, we don't know where we go. That's lost to us. So that's all up for interpretation. And I'm so excited to end this series. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We have one more card, and then we're going to go into other things. Please like and comment and just let me know that you guys are here, that you're enjoying it, because it really does help give me the drive to push forward and to keep on doing this, because it is a lot of work, but I do enjoy it very much. So I hope you guys have a great day. And I hope you guys learn and have questions, and, keep diaries and just keep on learning from this, because the tarot, like I always said, it is more beneficial to the reader than it is to the querent. Having that said, I'm going to end this video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.